Hi everyone. Basically, we have seen in the earlier scene of The Merchant of Venice, that is Act 2, Scene 5, how deceitfully Jessica plans to elope. Here we see Shylock having trust on his daughter, and therefore he leaves his house and his possessions with Jessica, thinking that she is going to take care of all those things, as he was going to a party hosted by Bassanio. We also see that he has a kind of a fear. Therefore, he instructs Jessica to guard his house properly. Moreover, we also see that Lancelot reveals the plan of Lorenzo eloping at night to Jessica. Now it's time for us to look into the following scene, that is, scene 6 of the second act of The Merchant of Venice. Let us go into the basic things first. The setting of this particular scene is just before Shylock's house, where in the initial stage enters two major characters. They are Gratiano and Salarino. Moreover, we can see the other three characters mentioned here also coming in this particular scene. They are Lorenzo, Jessica, and Antonio. Moving on, I'd like you all to know the basic layout of this scene. This scene takes place outside Shylock's house. Jessica, disguised as a boy, elopes with Lorenzo, taking some of Shylock's possessions. She is quite ashamed of her boy's disguise and of her thievery as well. At the end of the scene, Antonio informs Gratiano of the winds favorable for sail and of Bassanio's departure to Belmont before the scheduled hour. The scene emphasizes the mutual desires of Jessica and Lorenzo, which breeds religious and cultural difference. Now it's time for us to move on and see the plot development. Now this basically is a layout of the scene. Now plot development will be more of giving you details in a sequential manner. Jessica finally succeeds in eloping with Lorenzo. Gratiano and Salarino, dressed for mask, wait outside Shylock's house for Lorenzo, who is late. They are surprised at his delay and wonder why. He outdwells his hour, for lovers ever run before the clock. Lorenzo finally arrives and apologizes for being late. He calls Jessica, who appears in disguise of a boy with a casket of money and jewels. She is ashamed of her thievery and also of her masculine disguise. She says, "Cupid himself would blush to see me thus transformed to a boy." Jessica expresses her embarrassment when Lorenzo tells her of his plan of making her his torch-bearer. The idea of holding a candle to flames is frightening because that could expose her identity. However, she agrees to do so out of love for Lorenzo. Before leaving, Jessica makes sure to lock the doors and fetch more money. In her absence, Lorenzo tells Gratiano that Jessica is faithful and loving. Lorenzo and Jessica leave, Antonio enters the scene looking for Graciano. He informs Graciano that the mask has been cancelled as Bassanio has decided to leave for Belmont earlier than the scheduled time. Graciano expresses his excitement at the thought of sailing to Belmont soon. Now, from this particular scene, we can extract the characterization of Jessica, a very important one. Jessica appears to be embarrassed in the beginning of the scene at being disguised as a boy and being a torch bearer. Cupid himself would blush, she says, seeing herself dressed as a boy. But as soon as she is reassured by Lorenzo that she looks beautiful even in the guise of a boy, she forgets her shyness and reverts to her pettiness, stealing more of her father's ducats. This shows that she is an unreliable daughter who not only elopes with Lorenzo but also robs her father of his wealth. Now, finally, this is a link where you can get the entire text of this particular scene of Act 2 of The Merchant of Venice. Here, you also will get the paraphrase, which will help you in understanding the text in detail. Furthermore, we will look into the important scenes, or rather, important speeches of this scene, in fact, in our classes. Thank you.